You can be lying on the earth. You could be in the bed, on the couch, lying over props. What is the most comfortable place that you can settle your bones today? Maybe grab your coziest blanket. I know it's really warm out in Southern California, but just make sure you've got a pillow to support your head, support for your knees. You can cover your body. So the temperature does drop in our body when we do Yoga Nidra. I highly recommend covering your eyes. And if there's anything else that can really help you to surrender to the sweetness and the simplicity. I am definitely someone who has to have practices like Yoga Nidra and restorative to really slow down. I actually won't stop to take a nap because it's too ambiguous, right? Like, what if I fall asleep and I sleep for 2 hours? So I love the Yoga Nidra window in the afternoon because I know it's about a half an hour, and that the body's going to get that really deep reset. And studies have shown that 30 minutes of Yoga Nidra is like 4 hours of really deep sleep. And so if we can really commit to the carving out of this space and surrendering as much as we can, we will receive more and more benefits. And that's something about having a consistent yoga, meditation, relaxation practice, is that while it can be on our checklist, right? Like, oh, I got to do my practices this week, got to do my practices. When we actually let ourselves be here and just let go, the benefits are so amazing and they support every part of our lives. And so we want to really continue to stay present and just simply enjoying the moment. And that was sort of a realization I had the other day, that I'm always busy and I'm always doing a lot, but I often am very much in that sort of tunnel vision. And part of the practice is really enjoying the moment. And so as you sink in, as you settle, as you do any last wiggling, shifting, shaking, go ahead and just feel your breath in your body. So take a deep breath in through your nose, fill yourself all the way up. And then as you exhale, let out a sigh and feel the back body sink towards the earth, feel your front body open. And do that a couple more times, just inhaling fully, exhaling deeply. Let the mind and the breath start to come online. And as we move into the phase of relaxation that guides us into the practice of Yoga Nidra, I want to invite you to sense a memory. So we don't want to get too caught up in the story or the details. We want to call in a feeling. I want you to invite in a feeling when you were really enjoying yourself. You were in a space where you were so present and so happy, and you just felt so good. Just really like the best you can remember feeling. And again, there doesn't have to be any attachment to anything else around that, just that feeling. Can you call that in as we allow the body to relax? Just a simple memory of sensation, a snapshot of just a moment where you caught yourself feeling really good. And can you allow that to start to infuse this practice today? Allow that to start to swirl through you with your breath. Again, the back body sinking into the earth, the front body opening towards the sun. That sense of well-being, that sense of happiness, that sense of presence, just moving through you. And maybe it begins in a certain part of the body and then spreads up or down. When you feel into that sensation of a memory of really feeling so good, where does it start? How does it move? Can you allow that to guide you into this practice today? Again, keeping the practice simple. This emphasis on just allowing ourselves to feel good, to feel present. And in yoga, the memory is an important feature of the mind, in fact. Our relationship to our memory. We just ask it to support us here and now, drawing us into this space of feeling good, enjoying the moment, letting our senses come online, letting ourselves release any tension, stress, anything outside of this space. committing to enjoy the practice of Yoga Nidra. And this practice begins now. So you continue to feel into that sense of enjoyment, presence. Let yourself sink deeper into relaxation. Again, calling yourself here fully into this state of well-being, this state of pleasure and enjoyment. Breath effortlessly moves through you, carrying this intention. And as it moves through, gather this felt sense of the space between the eyebrows. Let the rest of the body soften and smooth and melt around the space between the eyebrows. And see if you can conjure that memory of a moment you felt really good and really harness it into this space between the eyebrows. And as everything else softens and sweetens around this sensation, focused at the space between the eyebrows, we offer our sankalpa. So maybe your sankalpa is simply, I enjoy my life. I am present. I feel great. I'm happy. Maybe that feeling has a language to it. Maybe it has a short positive statement, an I, or I am, or I feel. Or you can just continue to float that sensation of well-being in the space between the eyebrows. But if you want to solidify it with the sankalpa, I want to invite you to offer that now, just silently to yourself with that quality of gratitude and pleasure, offering it 3 times in simple language. As we offer the sankalpa into the chittakash, the space between the eyebrows, we will move this quality of pleasure, of enjoyment through our body. So as I call out different body parts, you just continue to relax, just simply relax and let that feeling of pleasure move through you. Feeling into the space between the eyebrows and then down into the hollow of the throat. This sense of enjoyment moves into the right shoulder, down into the right elbow, the right wrist, and it spreads into the right hand, to the tip of the right thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, and the pinky finger. The whole right arm rests with this simple sense of enjoyment from the tips of the fingers through the wrist, elbow, shoulder, back to the hollow of the throat, before it spreads down into the left shoulder, through the left elbow, down into the left wrist, out into the left hand, to the tip of the thumb, the fingers, the first finger, second finger, third finger, and the pinky finger. The whole left hand, from the tips of the fingers into the wrist, elbow, shoulder, back to the hollow of the throat. You feel this simple sense of pleasure spreading down both arms, pulling back at the hollow of the throat before it spreads down into the center of the heart. You feel this sense of enjoyment move through the heart over to the right side of your chest and the left side of your chest. And your whole chest, your whole heart center is radiating with this sense of enjoyment. And that quality slides into the solar plexus, down into the low belly, then it moves into the right hip, through the thigh to the right knee, down the right leg to the ankle, into the right foot, the whole right foot down to the tips of the toes. All 5 tips of the toes come online with this sense of pleasure. The tips of the toes through the right ankle, right knee, right hip, spreading back into the low belly, a few inches below the belly button, pooling this area of the low belly with a sense of pleasure as it moves down into the left hip, through the left thigh to the left knee, down the shin into the ankle, and then spreading out across the left foot to the tips of the toes, the big toe, second, third, fourth, and little toe, tips of the toes, whole left foot from the tips of the toes up through the ankle, the knee, the hip, back to the low belly. Again, the low belly and both legs flooded with this simple sense of presence and pleasure. Spreading back up into the solar plexus, back up through the heart, down both arms, and then back up to the hollow of the throat as it climbs back into the space between the eyebrows. And you feel these lines of energy through the body, the front body. And you feel the back of the body, feel the back of the head, back of the neck, the shoulder blades, the spine. Feel the sit bones, all the way down to the heels, the whole back of the body online with this simple pleasure. Back of the body to the crown of the head. Back into the space between the eyebrows, into your mouth and throat, to the chest and your arms and hands, the solar plexus, the navel center, down both legs. Feel the whole back of the body with the simple presence. The front of the body with simple presence. Feel the right side of your body. Enjoying this sense of the right side of your body. The left side of the body. Feeling the whole body. Your body whole. Resting, relaxing, and receiving the benefits of just this simple presence, this simple pleasure and enjoyment that is moving through your system, guiding you into deeper relaxation and restoration. And as we continue to feel this memory of pleasure and happiness through the body, become aware of your breath as it moves. And notice for you, if you feel that breath and that sense of pleasure more at your heart or at your belly. And it doesn't matter which one, but just notice which one feels more alive, more present, more enjoyable right now. And then focus at the heart or the belly as we count back the breath. So no effort, but just being aware of the energetic system as it guides us into this immersion of enjoyment. And so as you feel into the breath at the heart or the low belly, we'll begin at 11 and just count back the breath. So as you breathe, you'll hear inhaling 11. Exhaling 11. Inhaling 10. Exhaling 10. Inhaling 9. Exhaling 9, and you'll just continue to effortlessly count back your breath, finding the simple pleasure at just watching the breath as it rises and falls in the heart or belly, counting back the breath. If you get to 0, come back to 11. If you get lost, come back to 11. So allow yourself to relax and count the breath as it flows this enjoyment through the body. Let go of counting, but just enjoy that sense of breath flowing through you. Know where to go, nothing to do. Just relaxing deeper into this Yoga Nidra journey. The body relaxes in enjoyment. The breath flows in this simple pleasure. Inhaling and exhaling. The breath will continue to effortlessly move through your body. Just begin to notice your body. Notice the sensations in your body. And just observe if there is a sensation that is really trying to get your attention right now. Something here and now. It could be a sound in the body. It could just be a sensation. It could be a little bit of a distraction. It doesn't have to be, labeled as good or bad, but just scan through your body and just see if something wants your attention. A sensation in the body wants your attention. And then just feel into it. Give it all of your attention, just observing without judgment the sensation in the body. Just feel it with all of you, just observing and giving attention to your body. Then notice as the sensation might shift or change, ebb or flow. And as it does, can you feel into another part of your body that has the opposite sensation? Or just maybe different? Again, not overthinking it, but just moving from this dominant sensation to another sensation that feels different. And let yourself observe here, noticing what shifts in the second sensation, or how it continues to evolve the first sensation. Notice how these sensations might move, change, become more different, or even more similar. And again, just let yourself scan through the body, bringing in a little more consciousness around our well-being, our enjoyment. And then just see again if there's anything else going on in the body. An ache, a pain, a distraction, a pulse, a pressure. Let yourself go in one more time, finding anything in the body, a sensation that needs attention, that you can observe. Just give all of your awareness. The way when we're out in nature, something might catch our attention and we'll sit with it. Feel that same fascination in your body. Notice how it evolves. And then allow it to continue to morph and just see if you can find its opposite, or a sensation that feels different that might have come up as you observe this first one. No attachment, no judgment, just letting your body balance itself out with observation and awareness of these simple sensations that we have all the time. And so often, again, we ignore in our body, or we judge, or we begin to think about it rather than just allowing the sensations and emotions to move through, again, the way we observe in nature. And allow your body to settle deeper into relaxation, having felt observed and balanced. Let that sense of well-being, of pleasure, of enjoyment wash through the entire body, through the mental and emotional realms. As we allow any imbalanced emotions or sensations to morph under our observation, all coming back to this simple pleasure and presence. And as the body sinks deeper into relaxation, guide the awareness from the body back into the space between the eyebrows. Let yourself drop back into this dark space. Just resting back into the dark space between the eyebrows. As you settle here, I'm going to just gently guide you through some visualizations, and just again allow them to appear with the felt sense that is available and appropriate. Continuing to rest into this dark space. And you suddenly see an amethyst crystal. Amethyst crystal. Clouds moving through the sky, across the sky, clouds in the sky. A beautiful stream after the rain. A beautiful stream after the rain. The face of an ancestor. The face of an ancestor. Cool grass under your feet. Cool grass under your feet. The smell of a lover. The smell of a lover. Your favorite song. Your favorite song. A lizard on a rock. A lizard on a rock. Your body resting on the earth. Your body resting on the earth. Allow your body to rest on the earth. There's nowhere to go, nothing to do. You are held and supported. You allow yourself to again be immersed in that memory of well-being, of pure enjoyment and happiness. And as we invite it back, allow that memory to come into this space between your eyebrows. And still no attachment to the story, but allow yourself to call the memory in with your senses. Feeling fully this emotion, but also again, just noticing any images, any tastes, colors, sights, and sounds. Can you allow this memory to emerge into this space between the eyebrows, helping you to rest deeper into this memory of pure enjoyment, presence, and pleasure, allowing yourself to receive from this memory any qualities that will support you in carrying this sensation, this knowing that you absolutely can be happy. You absolutely that can feel great, that you can enjoy the moment, the day, your life. Let yourself sink in a little bit more to any messages or any images from this memory that can imprint on us here and now and support us as we move forward through this new month, through this mid-spring. Allow any images to fade. Just that sensation remains. The sensation like a cocoon wrapping through your body, from your crown down to your toes and up again. You are wrapped in this beautiful awareness of enjoyment, of pleasure, of presence, of allowing the simplicity of observation, just allowing yourself to feel good. And as this sense of well-being moves through your cells and your skin and your bones, you can feel the body on the earth. Feel the back body dropping into the earth, the front body softening and opening towards the sky. Feel the right side of the body, the left side of the body. Feel your whole body. You are whole and you are here. And here you allow the sound of your sankalpa, if you were working with one at the beginning, to move through you again 3 more times. Sealing in this simple practice of pleasure and presence. As that final sankalpa moves through you, we complete this practice of Yoga Nidra. As you rest here on the earth, without changing anything, notice the sounds. Notice the temperature or sensations. Wiggle the nose and notice the scent in the air. Swallow and feel into the mouth. Call yourself back. Call yourself back from our journey, ready to move into the day with this sweet sense of presence. Feel the breath as it flows through you. And when you feel ready, start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Roll your wrists and ankles. Let the head drop side to side. And now for some of us, we often will feel like stretching. Other times we just kind of want to curl into a ball. And just as when we began, if there's any kind of movement or shifting that needs to occur, allow it. Trust the body to integrate this practice. And with no rush, no obligation. When you feel ready, you can bring yourself up. And again, if the body wants to take any stretches or spinal movement, you can. And if you'd like, you can eventually come to sit, but no requirement. You can place your hands on your thighs or belly or your heart in any way that feels good. And again, just conjure up that sense of enjoyment. And I have so many wonderful things in my life, but sometimes I go through a whole day and I don't really enjoy any of it. I'm just doing it. And one of the gifts of advancing the yoga practice, and Yoga Nidra is an advanced yoga practice because it requires this sense of awareness. And so we have that ability to pause and check in. We don't necessarily have to enjoy every moment of the day, because like I was working on taxes today and that's not really that fun, but we do have the freedom and the privilege to enjoy a lot of our day. And that does come from within. And so just honoring yourself for taking this time, this mid-spring moment to trust, to remember, to relax, and see if as you move through this week, you can give yourself more of those moments that bring you pleasure and presence. And again, it doesn't have to be complicated. Just a simple moment, breath, nature, feeling, remembering. If you'd like to, we'll just seal the practice with the sound of Om to kind of bring us back. Take a deep breath in. Om. Hari Om Tat Sat. Thank you for practicing. I hope to see you soon.